Hi everyone. I'm recording this on what day is today? Thursday, December 12th. Sorry. This is probably going to be the last video of the year. Term 2 here at Oak Hill is quite busy for me. I've got teaching next week, and then I'm done teaching, so I probably will not do a video next week, and we'll just pick this up again in the middle of January when I start teaching. So I know that just millions of you will be waiting with bated breath over the holidays for another little Hebrew video, but oh well. We're going to do the last little verse that has to do with the temunah of God. We've seen already that Moses sees the temunah even if normal prophets don't, and Israel doesn't. And there's a final statement in Psalm 17 that quite beautifully resurfaces this theme. The last verse in Psalm 17, David says, Ani betzedek echazeh faneka esbe'ah behakitz temunateka. And two more verses, which I'll read out loud and see if you can recognize where they're from. Elohim hameir belebenu or da'at kavod Adonai bifnei Yeshua Mashiach. And finally, vera'u et panaiv. Go ahead, pause the video, pronounce these verses out loud, see how much you can read for yourself. Okay, starting with Psalm 17. Ani, obviously, is I. Betzedek, obviously, in righteousness. And echazeh is just a cal once yes imperfect from chazah, which means to see, but it's often used in prophetic visions. I don't know what other word we could use in English, but if ra'ah is see, chazah is something like see in a vision, something like that. And the object, obviously, paneka, your face. Again, this is a plural noun, probably a plural of composition because a face has different parts to it. So I, in righteousness, will see your face. And then the parallel verb, not David won't just see, sabah, I will be satisfied. And then keets as a verb, or koots, I can't remember what the middle letter, the middle vowel is. It means to wake up. This is a hiphil verb, the a vowel and the I vowel. And with the beit on front, it's an infinitive construct showing the attendant circumstance of David's waking. I'll be satisfied when I wake up, temunateka, in your temunah, in your form, in your likeness. It's a rather striking and amazing verse. It's not just that David will one day see God's face, the thing that no one can see in the Old Testament without dying, or at least feeling like they're going to die. But not only that, David will be satisfied when he wakes up in the same image. I think we're supposed to see death in the background here. In both Testaments, sleeping and death are closely associated. So when David, in his resurrection state, wakes up, he'll not only see God's face, he'll be in God's likeness. It's rather an amazing statement. It sounds almost Pauline, if you will, and you may have noticed the next verse is actually not in Hebrew, it's in Greek. It's 2 Corinthians 4:6, which so perfectly fits with this theme. So subject, God, Elohim, and the root here is ur, to shine or for there to be light. I've written this as a hiphil participle, but you can see I've made a mistake with the initial vowel. That should be an a vowel with the hiphil participle, with the definite article. So God, the one, because in Greek it's a participle. Apologies for that mistake. God, the one shining, belebenu, in heart, and the one CP suffix, in our hearts, or the light of the knowledge of the glory of God. Bifnei, in the face of Yehoshua Mashiach, in the face of Jesus Christ. So what Israelites could not see, we see that the very glory of God the Father in the face of Jesus Christ. And this, of course, this is eschatological. Of course, it's connected to us waking up in Christ's image, but it's a participle. It's happening right now. Right now, God is shining the light of His glory in the face of His Son. And then finally, from Revelation 22, I think it's Revelation 22, verse 5, Vera'u, and they will see Panav, His face. 3 simple words, but there's so much of the Old Testament background in those verses. So verses that aren't necessarily appropriate for Christmas or don't necessarily have to do with the incarnation, but when you keep these New Testament verses in mind about seeing God's face against the background of the Old Testament, they're even more lovely than they would be otherwise. Thanks, everyone. That is it for 2019. Have a great break. If there's anything that's helpful or unhelpful in these videos, please feel free to leave a comment. I do read them, and I want this to be happy. So have a great break. God bless you all. Bye for now.